The village of Shmelakino lay hidden among endless forests and muddy roads, a place where time seemed to have stopped decades ago. People there lived quietly, spoke little, and rarely smiled. Among all the families in the village, none was as strange and feared as the Biryakov family. They were known for their cold eyes, harsh voices, and silence that felt heavier than words. The villagers whispered that something dark lived behind the walls of their wooden house. No one ever visited them. No one ever stayed long near their gate. But one day, something unusual appeared in that gloomy family. Her name was Tata. She had golden hair that shone even under the gray village sky, eyes as bright as spring water, and a voice that sounded like tiny bells. She laughed, sang, and dreamed, unlike her dark-haired brothers and sisters, whose faces seemed carved from stone. People wondered how such a child could belong to the Biryakovs. From behind her fence, Anastasia, an elderly neighbor, often watched the girl. She saw how Tata ran barefoot through the yard, singing quietly to herself. And she saw something else too, something that made her heart tremble. Every time Tata sang, her mother, Varvara Biryakova, would come out of the house like a storm. "Shut up," she screamed once, grabbing the girl by the arm. "I told you never to sing." The next moment, the slap echoed through the yard. Tata did not cry loudly. She only bit her lips and lowered her eyes, as if she had learned long ago that tears changed nothing. Anastasia wanted to interfere, but fear held her back. Varvara was known as a cruel woman, capable of anything. But there was someone else who watched the Biryakov house with growing anger. His name was Yelisid. He was a quiet, strong man in his 40s, a widower who lived alone at the edge of the village. People respected him because he never spoke badly about others and never lied. His eyes saw too much. One evening, while returning from the forest, Yelisid heard singing. It was Tata. Her voice floated over the trees like a fragile light in darkness. Suddenly, the song broke into silence. Then came shouting. Yelisid froze. He stepped closer to the fence and saw Varvara dragging the girl by her hair. "Did I forbid you or not?" the woman shouted, striking her again. "You think you're special? You think you're better than us?" The girl fell to her knees. Something inside Yelisid snapped. He opened the gate and entered someone else's yard, without asking permission. Varvara turned to him, her face twisted with rage. "What do you want, Yelisid?" "Mind your own business," she hissed. He looked at Tata, trembling on the ground, then at Varvara. "Give me your daughter," he said quietly. The yard became silent. Even the chickens stopped clucking. Varvara laughed loudly, but her laughter was nervous. "My daughter? Are you crazy? Why would I give her to you?" Yelisid did not raise his voice. "Because if you keep treating her like this, she won't survive. And you know it." Varvara's eyes darkened. "You think you're a hero?" she spat. "You think you can buy her?" Yelisid paused for a moment. "How much?" he asked. The question shocked everyone. Varvara stared at him, then suddenly smiled, a cold, calculating smile. "A pig," she said slowly. "And 10 chickens." Anastasia, watching from behind her fence, covered her mouth with her hand. A child's life, for a pig and 10 chickens. Yelisid did not hesitate. "I'll bring them tomorrow," he said. That night, Tata did not sleep. She sat by the small window of her dark room, hugging her knees. She did not understand what was happening. Was she being sold? Was she being abandoned? Or was she being saved? In the morning, Yelisid returned. He led a fat pig and brought 10 chickens in cages. Varvara counted them carefully, as if she were selling potatoes, not a child. When everything was done, Yelisid took Tata by the hand. Varvara did not hug her daughter. She did not say goodbye. She only turned away. As Tata crossed the gate, she looked back. For a moment, she hoped her mother would call her name. But the yard was silent. Years passed. In Yelise's house, Tata learned what kindness was. For the first time, someone listened to her songs without shouting. For the first time, someone brushed her hair gently, helped her with schoolwork, and told her stories before sleep. Yelise never called her adopted. He simply said, "You are my daughter." Tata grew up smart and strong. Her voice became even more beautiful. Teachers in the district school were amazed by her talent. Later, she went to the city to study music. The village of Shmelakino slowly forgot the little girl who had once been sold for livestock. The Biryakov family lived their usual lives. Varvara grew older, poorer, and lonelier. Her sons left the village, her daughters married early and rarely visited. Sometimes, late at night, she heard a song in her memory. Soft, pure, painful. But she pushed it away. "I did what I had to do," she told herself. One autumn evening, a black car stopped near the old Biryakov house. The villagers gathered around, whispering in surprise. From the car stepped a young woman in an elegant coat. Her hair shone like gold. Her eyes were familiar. It was Tata. She walked slowly toward the gate she had once left as a frightened child. Anastasia recognized her immediately. "That's her," she whispered. "That's Tata." Varvara came out of the house, leaning on a stick. For a long moment, the two women looked at each other in silence. "You came back," Varvara said hoarsely. "Yes," Tata replied calmly. "Why?" Tata looked around the yard where she had once cried and dreamed. "I wanted to see the truth with my own eyes," she said. "And to understand if I could forgive." Varvara lowered her gaze. For the first time in her life, she felt shame. "I was afraid," she whispered. "Afraid of your voice, afraid of what you were. You reminded me of someone I tried to forget." Tata listened silently. "The truth about the forest, about the road from Bakanovka," Varvara continued, her voice trembling. "You are not like your brothers and sisters because you are not my husband's child." The secret finally came out. Years ago, Varvara had met a stranger in the forest, a man with golden hair and a gentle voice. A short moment of weakness had changed her life forever. When Tata was born, everyone noticed she was different. Varvara hated the girl because she was a living reminder of her shame. That was why she beat her. That was why she tried to break her songs. Tata closed her eyes. The truth hurt, but it also freed her. "I am grateful," she said quietly. Varvara looked up in shock. "For what?" she asked. "For the fact that you let me go," Tata answered. "If you hadn't sold me that day, I would never have known what love is." Tears rolled down Varvara's cheeks. Yelise stepped forward. He had come with Tata. He stood beside her like a silent guardian. "You raised her well," Varvara said softly. "Yes," Yelise replied. "Because she deserved it." Tata turned to him and smiled. In that moment, everyone understood that family is not always about blood. Sometimes, family is about choice. The girl who had once been valued as a pig and 10 chickens had become a strong, talented woman. She did not return to take revenge. She returned to close an old wound. As Tata left the village, her voice rose over Shmelakino one last time. She sang. And this time, no one dared to silence her.